All right then. May have to clean this up a little bit, but I think it's looking good. Um, how's everybody doing? I'm going to make a series of videos um, about Ancestry.com. Just hopefully keep them short and um, trying to accomplish a couple of things here. I want to show off the Williams-Doubledee family tree as it exists on Ancestry. For those people who are licensed or assigned a role where they can get in and actually work with the site online here using the website that you're looking at right here. Um, it's my intention to, when I finish, to export all this data and make it available on some competing websites so that uh, everyone can share the information without unnecessarily having to pay for a subscription to any site. But that's down the road. For now. For the next couple of years, unfortunately, I'm going to have to, uh, keep everything on this site so that I can work on it. Like I've said before, I'm working full time on the data, trying to get everything ironed out, and my goal for the data is to get every um, ancestor that has blood relation to me on the site. I know the family's much bigger than that. There's friends, there's step relatives and all, but my main focus is to get the blood relatives on the site for as far back as I can. And there's a difference that I'll show shortly in the ones that are DNA verified and the ones that aren't DNA verified. I've got really good records thanks to people who've gone before me, but those records aren't validated through DNA, and I'm going to put a lot of both kinds of information on the site, DNA verified and non-DNA. So I'll show you how to tell the difference between between the classes of data. Um, so again, I'm going to make several short videos to just kind of highlight how to navigate Ancestry.com, how I do it, but which may not necessarily be the best way, but it's the way I do it. That'll help you understand what's there and what to expect. And, and as we go along, I'll produce videos that are more, family information about the family related. So these first few are going to be uh, just how I work with the site. Uh, right now, my focus is on uh, uh, researching the DNA matches that I have, and then if you take a look at the site here, I've got quite a few people defined here on the site, a little over 12,000 at this point, um, and uh, the the amount of information that's on the site is just going to grow exponentially. But right now, I'm focused on growing the site's DNA verified information. So, there's a lot of information to work with, and it's going to take me years to get everything out there. But I want you to know what I've been doing and how I'm going about it. And I want you to understand a little bit about the site. So, if you can gain access, then you'll be able to navigate and get some use out of the information that's there. Here's an overview of the site, the Williams-Doubledee family tree. Right now, I've only got one tree, and the reason I don't separate them to make them more manageable is to link my DNA results with the people on the tree. I have to have everything in one tree. Otherwise, the Doubledee side and the Williams side would, if they're two different trees, they would be, I'd have to have. There's no way I can link a single person myself to both two different trees at the same time, as I understand it. So right now the sites are together, and just quickly, I'm going to show you some key things about how I work with the site. Um, let's go and take a look at the DNA and that I've been talking about. The DNA that I submitted to Ancestry, and I've submitted to other, sites as well, helps me match the people who are related to me through DNA to my family tree. So as you can see, here's my current ethnicity estimate right here. This changes as they improve the program, the algorithm to determine what my ethnicity is. Of course, there's a more detailed breakdown that you can go through to see uh, uh, what other kinds of heritage that are in my DNA, and I'm not going to belabor this point because this is all again subject to change as things go along. Um, so if I go back to the DNA summary, which I started out at, I just took a look at this estimate here. Uh, I'll take a quick look at my DNA matches, and it's going to show a tremendous number of matches. I got 26,000 matches on the maternal side only. On the Doubledee side, and I've got 39,000 on the Williams side, on my father's side, and Ancestry gives me this great breakdown so that I can actually determine which portion of my ethnicity comes from maternal, and which comes from paternal. But uh, uh, the people that send their DNA in, uh, the Ancestry site decides whether or not they're maternal matches or paternal matches, and then gives me information to figure out who these, in most cases, very distant relatives, which side of the family tree they sit on. And it's getting more and more sophisticated on a daily basis. So um, the, um, the tree matching, let's say this person here who's related to me, if their tree is filled out properly with ancestors going back to 8 or 9 generations or whatever, the uh, the ancestry will match those trees against my trees and give me very definitive information about where where the connection is, which ancestor we share. So this person and I might share a fourth great grandfather, and this will tell me that, and then I need to go in and sort it out and add all the in between ancestors. So for this person, so that I know how that uh, physical relationship through which people. So that builds my family tree, and it builds it accurately based on the science of DNA, which is, if you've not looked into DNA, I have, and for the scientific mind, it's very, very interesting to see how it all works, about how parents pass down the DNA of their parents to their children, and it's done in a very particular manner. And Ancestry leverages that to help us figure out all this stuff. So here are my matches, and I can take a look at all matches, and without any help, uh, any further help from Ancestry, I could go through and research these DNA matches one by one, and here they are in a big long list of people, and I can go in and find out for this person here, um, the projected relationship to me, and how much physical DNA is on our mat is that we share on my paternal side, on the Williams side. And here it tells me whether or not that this person has a tree or not. So Emily Johnson does not have a tree established online. So there's there's no way, there's no help for me to figure out how Emily Johnson is my second cousin. I'd have to do it all manually. But in the case of MH here, we not only have a tree that I could pull up and look at, but I also they've Ancestry's also identified a distinct, exact common ancestor we're related to, uh, that most distant ancestor. So I can just click on this and go in and find out uh, who she is, who MH is, and how we're related, and I can go in and fill in then the information that's missing between us, which is my goal uh, in the end here. Now, there are also things you can you can do which are pretty cool. In other words, this shows how many matches I've got based on their physical location. Obviously, a very awesome information. So that's it in general terms for DNA. There's a lot more than would you see the tens of thousands of DNA matches on my site? I mean, I don't have them all identified and loaded up on my tree yet, and it's going to take a long, long time to do that. So what I've decided to do is stick to my blood relative. I mean, stick to my uh, uh, basic uh, great great grandfather lineages, going back on the paternal side and the maternal side, so I don't wander out into the uncles and aunts and so forth and step uncles and half uncles. I don't really branch out away from the direct lines of all the families. Um, there are two families in my tree, the Williams and the Doubledee. But if you take that back to the fifth level grandfathers, there's I think 264 or something like that. So that's as far back as DNA can take us. So let me show you a little bit about how that works, and the way that that's uh, managed in Ancestry is something that we call, which is the third category here, which is called through lines. So I just showed you the story, I showed you the matches, and now I'm going to show you through lines. Now, through lines are my relatives uh, for up to, I mean, through 5 generations, or up to my 5x great grandparents. So as you can see here, my parents are here. As I hover over it, it shows me how many DNA matches are there to prove my relationship with my parents. And the two on here are my brother and my sister, who have both taken DNA and sent it up to Ancestry. And so therefore, I have uh, 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 only 2 matches at this level. But if you go to my grandparents, then the count goes up. I've got on the paternal side, I've got 3, and on the maternal side, my mother's side, I got up to 10. Now, this count does not include me, so there's 9 other people that have sent their DNA in that show related at this level. But as you can see, I'm going to skip way ahead here. If you go to the great grandparents, the number goes up. And you can see the number of great grandparents is 2 times 4 is 8. The second great grandparents, that's 4 times 4 is 16. And then here's my third and my fourth. And finally, my fifth great grandparents. And this is just marvelous information. I mean, look at the dates on these fifth great grandparents, and I have people that have reported DNA that are that that relate me to this gentleman right here, to John Williams. Uh, now, uh, it doesn't guarantee the data in the database is correct. Okay. The only thing is it guarantees that these 17 people are related to me, and they are related to whoever sits in this chair. So this chair, my fifth great grandparents in the Williams chair, in the Williams family, these two people I have this many DNA matches that says this the person who sits in this chair is your in this case your grandmother. Now her name may not turn out to be Mary Womack Williams, but that's what I say, and that's what five other people say. So as data comes in, this information gets better and better and better, and uh, the 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 information behind here, if I click, will show you the trees. Now I've shown a little bit about this on other videos, but I just want to quickly show you all the children of John Williams of 1704, and you can see that some of these children, to me, this gives the relationship to me. So this is my half fourth great uncle, half fourth great granduncle, half, half, and this is a full. This gentleman here, William Williams, is a fourth great uncle to me, and this one is a full. And this one again. That means that John Williams fathered Charles, but I'm sorry, Jones. He fathered Jones, but that the wife is different than the Mary Womack, for example. Now, you'd expect to find on this line my great grandfather, who is right here, and you can see quickly that I and my father and so forth up the line, and this person here all are connected up through Bryant Drury to John. So again, uh, this person and this person are related through DNA. There's no question about that. And she says her tree looks like that. I say my tree looks like that. They both consolidated William H. Williams. I've gone in and verified that everything looks good, except for maybe dates or the names or some of the other information. And then we proceed on up. Now, Kanita here may not claim Bryant or Drury. She may not know. In fact, she may not know that Nancy belongs to William. But there is a tree, and I can go drill into here and look at her tree and see what it says. But Ancestry is saying this is the relationship that is, and this relationship is called a through line. Okay, so that's about 20-minute video, and I want to keep it to 20 minutes. So this is what DNA and the family trees are all about on the website. And like I say, I can double click on this and bring up the detailed information for this particular person in my tree, see their spouse and all their children, see their second spouse, third spouse. This is the information I'm building here to to for this particular individual that inserts himself into my tree as shown there. So I just now noticed that you're probably not seeing the top part of the screen, but be that as it may, I will fix that on the next video. But in the next video, we'll talk about what I'm doing on a daily basis to process these incoming DNA results that are coming in every day. Every day, more and more people are coming in with matches, and I'm processing them into my tree. So let me show you how that works in the next video. Stay tuned.